right. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle, when I do a little dance to the turns they light. So jump, in the moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Lucky week 13 it is. Everyone hoping for a little good fortune this time around as we enter the home stretch of the regular season. And choosing to leave the end zone costs him dearly here. He winds up shy of the 20-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they can't chomp to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
On 1st down, Hurts. He's on the move. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Hits his running back. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker Jake Elliott for the try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. And they send a man in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. His first throw is an interception. Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. And the Eagles are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead. When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. And then it's a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. Deontay Hardy to return this for the Ravens. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And the Do it! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're... While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down.
Hey, Alpha, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
2nd and 10 now. Complete, Derrick Henry. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
It's caught left side by Hill. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
The left side caught by Andrews. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar throwing again. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. From the gun, a run for Henry. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This one's caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners. There'll be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Broke through the tackle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They go to Barkley again. He breaks a tackle. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st down throwing for Hurts. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. They connect on the deep shot. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's going to wind up out of bounds right where the former touchback used to be, along the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running right with Mitchell. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Jackson. Hauled in left side. And we'll turn our focus now to the flag down as he ends up out of bounds. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He fires one deep down the middle. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Blitz coming, Lamar. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will take possession. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, a run with Barkley. Jukes out a one stop. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Able to get it to Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense up to the line fast. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens trying to make some noise before halftime. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Trying to get outside with Henry. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Zach Bond with the tackle. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Jordan Stout on now to punt. And this will come from just inside his end zone. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Breaks the tackle, still going. This one returned for 11 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Hurts now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Hurts. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, which is forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
To the air, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Wow, they must really trust this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Into the hands of Walker. He does it! Touchdown, Baltimore! The Ravens take the lead just before halftime. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Hauled in by Gray. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, Hurts. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. He's looking for A.J. Brown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Hurts throwing again. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They go play fake with Jackson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Third quarter starts with a run from Henry. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 27. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Trying down the middle with Henry. Will not be denied. Touchdown! The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's finds Smith. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. On 4th down, Hurts. He's got it to his running back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
Running right, it's Barkley. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
One of the tight ends motioning left. Going to go with Barkley on the counter. And this one does not go far. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Kate, if we weren't dealing with a little bit of wind out there, I'm not sure that kick has enough steam to make it. In track, they call that wind aided. In football, they call it 3 points.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Oh, he put everything he had into that. That's complete inside the 35. Has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens lead by 14. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens lead by 15 now. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Handoff headed right, Barkley. He's contained at the line for no gain. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Forced out to his right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing here, Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 41. Gets it to him on the screen. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Hurts setting up to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. Here's Hurts. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. From the red zone now. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Hurts now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be third and long. Now Hurts. And this is another incompletion.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Hurts to throw. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The drive begins with Henry. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another run for Henry. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He's going to push one deep down the big gain downfield. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens grow the lead now to 22 points. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return starts from the goal line. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Hurts. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
3rd and long for him here. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense in the hurry up here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Hurts throwing again. For the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
A draw now. This is Henry. And he'll get it up to the 27. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
On 1st down, Jackson. Henry on the catch. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
180.
Out of the gun, Henry. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Escapes the pocket. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's just a total team effort right there, Kate. Defense was relentless on that play. Some of them chased him from the pocket. The others, well, they took away the easy throwing lane, and it really influenced that incompletion.
This is Henry on 2nd. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Ready. Out.
From the gun, Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Second and 6 coming up here. Running once more with Henry. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. Broke through the tackle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now with 4 seconds left, we've got a timeout. Not that the final play is going to change the outcome, but we will get one more snap. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And this is exactly how they wanted to go into that bye week, partner, with a victory and some positives to build on in that nice extra time off.